But how do I get it across if I can't use these words?
They'll have nightmares. And tomorrow I'll be fielding calls from parents who will be justifiably concerned.
Parents should be... You really think the pyromania is too much?
My students will not know what that is.
Arson? Deviant.
They will not know what that is.
You should take note of that. Or if you want to do any more outreach, just let me know.
Don't say that. I'll hold you to it. Thanks again.
Thank you.
He has a thing for tickling. Sometimes a child will go to his office for disciplinary reasons. That's when it happens.
Is it punishment?
I think it's supposed to mitigate the punishment.
But somebody took it to the police.
I did, at the urging of some parents.
Tickling is not considered deviant behavior.
Deviant. You said disturbing.
Whatever's going on here is obviously nuanced.
Put a call in, please.
You seized your engine?
You know, the guys at the shop gave me enough grief, so maybe you don't have to.
I don't think I can not give you grief.
She didn't find out until her classmates started comparing notes at a high school reunion.
Staff politics. Women like that are always looking for a pot to stir.
She seemed genuinely concerned. Greenhorns.
So were you. We mainly need someone to take over transcribing.
They're all gunning to talk to lust murderers. They bring nothing to the table.
You catch me sniffing around some co-eds. I'm not saying I'm an angel. I'm their fall guy. Maybe the first one fell into his lap, but then maybe after that he got a taste for it.
Oh.
The guy's eyes bug out. He starts stammering, he comes completely unglued, and we get a conviction.
Amazing.
Word is out, y'all are onto something big in this basement. I couldn't wait to see for myself.
Well, I hope we lived up to the hype.
But you surpassed it.
Nothing gets past you. He's our best candidate. Did you confide in him about your cum sock?
Especially if Bill keeps wussing out.
Stop whining.
I hope you give him a good shake.
All I see is his knuckles gripping the stock, and he's yelling, "Halt, police." Uniform lowers his shotgun, and we take off again after the driver. Mike catches him and nearly beats the flim-flam out of him, because he's so keyed up after watching me almost get blown away. I had to pull him off the guy. The guys call me the Padre, and they come to confession at my desk.
Binary thinking could hamstring you when it comes to critical assessment of our subjects. We need to understand the gray areas.
I can check my judgment at the door. This may sound corny, but I want to make the world a safer place for them.
He's smart, he's a family guy, knows what's at stake.
Ugh. He's got you wrapped around his little Ivy League finger.
You think it's an act?
He's a mole for Shepard.
Come on.
I'm serious.
What about a trial period?
To see if we can beat the flim-flam out of him?
Our LEAA review is coming up. What are you still doing on this goose chase?
Greg can finish the paperwork. Certainly our goal is to be preemptive.
We had this child, 6 years old, who said that he sprained his ankle playing kickball and he didn't want to go back to class. You're blowing this out of proportion.
I thought he was smug. He really toots his own horn. He's always fussing over them.
Fussing?
It's always touchy-touchy and cutesy-cutesy.
Well, I don't like to speak ill of people, but she's a busybody.
What do you think of Mrs. Clark?
She's a crab.
We're in discussions about how much leeway Jason is allowed at this age. My covenant is not with you, it's with your son.
Covenant. You use that word.
Yes.
He's taking an activity normally reserved for family members at home and applying it to the wrong environment.
I think that's different.
The Bureau does not do that. We do not get involved until a crime is committed and has risen to the level of our radar.
With all due respect, we've helped local law enforcement solve 2 murder cases now.
You served in an advisory capacity.
We've interviewed suspects.
On cases where there were actual crimes.
I spent a single day on Roger Wade. I was worried about children. I had to follow my intuition.
You're what? Who are you, the fucking thought police?
You cannot use this study as justification to launch personal campaigns.
Well, sounds like we should be erring on the side of